One more video, I promise. This video is about people and the limit of expression. Context, uncle and daughters. Which uncle? People and the limit of expression. Is this around June? This is around. Shit. What's going on, mate? I don't know. You guys still with me? Alright. People and the limit of expression. The context is uncle and my daughter and his daughters. So one uncle came to mind, and he has two daughters. Well, there's two uncles. One from my mom's side and one from my dad's side. Both of them have two daughters. But I don't think it's any of them. Wait, was this the wedding? No, this wasn't the wedding. So it wasn't that uncle. Anyways, um, why am I saying expression? So here's a story. Uh, 3 years ago, I went to Dubai. 2 years ago, I went to visit. I wanted to see the. I wanted to see the distance between what I wanted to do, how it will be done in Lebanon, and how Dubai is. And it's funny because when I went there, I went and I tried talking to investors, and I tried talking to people that like work on the blockchain and stuff like this. I tried talking to programmers. I tried just like randomly discussing with people. My idea at the time was very just. It wasn't very fresh. We're only establishing the concept. We're establishing the concept and the gamification aspect of it, and we're going back and forth with what is it that we have to, what is it that the market could actually consume. And so when I went there, I got to see Dubai, how it is, and it's fucking beautiful. And I remember seeing a friend and like hanging out with her and talking to her and trying to catch up and everything. I wonder how she's doing. So one day we went to the biggest mall in the world, which is basically Dubai Mall. And I was walking through it, and I've walked through it before, but a memory of me in 2007 basically came, where I remember waking up because I went to see my uncle in Dubai, and I woke up and I went there, and I slept a day with him, a couple of days at his place, and then I kind of like figured shit out. But he took me to work with him one day just to show me Dubai. And back in the day, Dubai Mall wasn't constructed, and he took me to Dubai Mall. And then he took me basically to a floor where he was running operations because he was the chief engineer of the entire fucking project. Solid truth, by the way. Or maybe one of the chief engineers. I have no idea. But electrical, right? Like he was in charge of the electrical shit and all that crap. So I just got one of those, holy shit, my uncle actually was one of the chief engineers that was signing all kinds of papers and kind of having the work. Like with them, I remember the day we walked in, like they gave him this much files. At least 30 files that he needs to sign on before anyone could start doing anything. Basically, you have to go through them, read them, and like allocate and all that shit. It looks super badass, like especially for me. Like I'm kind of like the nerd when it comes to like, what are you on? What are you doing? Kind of stuff. But the one thing that clicked, man, that day, about like 10, 12, no, about 15 years later, it clicked that that guy, my uncle, who from my point of consideration is kind of like socially uninterested, is basically one of the bigger engineers on this fucking project. And I felt like a rush of pride. But so here, the people and the limit of expression. And again, like he is the context, or at the very least, that's the context I'm thinking about right now. I'm still not sure if it's he's the uncle or the other one. I think he's the one. But from context, whatever, man, I'll do another one about the other uncle if that's a thing, man, for you guys. Calm the fuck down. But the thing is, he's like one of the most least expressive men in the world. He's very demanding and I would say spoiled. His wife loves him. She loves taking care of him and all this shit. And so, but what I mean by least expressive, as in like, I don't like it takes a lot of energy for him to speak. It takes a lot of energy to be involved with anyone when they're around. Like he normally just is just that awkward sitting position where he's just like kind of looking at everyone. And the context is him with his daughters. So like I can only remember them ganging up on him and him laughing because he's just enjoying the fact that they're there. Also, why would I write about the limit of expression? So now that I've created a story in my head, now we assess the prime reason why this is a video, or this could be a video. Well, he's definitely okay. It's not just not being as active around like specific people that he loves. Maybe that's a comfortable thing. But again, it's limit of expression. That means he is kind of limited, or at the very least, he's limiting. Wouldn't you just what should I be expecting from people, man? From anyone? If I'm trying my best not to expect anything from myself. So I'm asking about like limits of expression. Is it how limited expression could be? Or is it our limited understanding of what we're expressing? Yeah, might as well. I have no idea what I'm talking about. Might as well make it interesting to me. What are we expecting from people? I think the interesting thing about it is always the fact that any form of expression is either done willingly because you're comfortable or unwillingly because you're uncomfortable. Even positions of anger, man, expressions of anger could be done out of comfort, right? There's no negative bias. There's literally you and the situation. Us expressing is uh is gonna happen whether we're comfortable about what we're expressing or whether we're uncomfortable about what we're expressing. So I wonder for people that have maintained the same form of expression over the years. I wonder if they have maybe willingly, because I believe change is a universal truth. So willingly always expressing in the exact same way. Does that mean you have been limited? Or does that mean you're just you've been limited as in like when nobody hears you, when nobody sees you, when it's one of those make the best out of every situation kind of thing. It is always, but like normally when we say make the best out of every situation is when like situations are not necessarily ones that you want to be a part So in a way, when you're not really expressing truthfully or fully, I guess, because when you say something and you're expressing something else, you're not expressing fully. Or when you don't say anything, you're not expressing much as well. The idea is like, how do we get there? When it's definitely a feedback loop where you try to express it doesn't work. And effectively, what you do is you kind of like repeat it, hoping for a different result. Or you tried to express and it did work, but the response was shitty. So basically, you reduce the expression to kind of reduce the damage of any response or any feedback. Sometimes we make things hard for no reason, man. I don't know if it's just because everyone wants to express on their own or because we're not interested in others' expressions. Anyways, guys, it's a video. Oh, keep in mind though, when I'm having these conversations, I'm just discussing my own reasoning of how I see things, right? Ultimately, anytime I give myself one or two or three options, what I'm doing is listening to the ones that I'm responding to the most and actively including them in other thoughts and other behavioral aspects of my life. I think that's truthfully how you spend time with yourself. Self-actualization, because I'm talking to you guys. Sometimes self-realization is biased because you know yourself, but you don't really. It's a video. Later.